All right, for Angie's blind. So this is for another Angie, not me. We've got the witchlings, we've got the fairy, and then we've got practical spells and the tea cards that are of a different variety altogether. Now these I thought would be fun to take down to my kitchen, and I was going to take them down, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. They're going to be here today. They're going to be here. So what's going on is I can hardly get this out of the bag. This is like a bunch of spells, so it's not necessarily meant to be oracle, but it's kind of fun. You could kind of pull one for the day. And this is the tea recipes, different tea things that we've got. But we're going to the witchlings and the fairies first. So let's see what's going on. All right, angle this down so you can see. Angle this down so you can see. Witchlings, what do we got for Angie's blind? Okay. We got creativity, we got beauty, and we've got victory. Excuse me, vitality. But I've got victory. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to show these to you. And I am recording this one. There's a simpleness that wants to come through. A gentleness and a simpleness that wants to come through with this. And I'm not sure what that's all about, but it is definitely present. There's a delightful, playful energy about this. It doesn't have to be so serious. You're not in the land of hoodoo right now. And I say that with respect and reverence to many different kinds of arts of witchiness. But this is in the land of minks and Madame Snickesy. There was a book like way back, I think second grade I read it. So this is like in the 70s. Minx and Madame Snickesy come through. And Minx is the little witch that's learning, and Madame Snickesy is the villain in that book. But it's this lightheartedness of the witchy side of you when you take it with a more light heart. And not to say irreverent, but with just a gentleness. You offer up more of the simple, more direct route. Like you don't need a cluttered and crowded altar. You need 3 or 4 elements, and that's it. Beauty and the Beast, the Snail's Pace, the 3 Graces, and the Glimpse. Now, the glimpse comes through in an unusual way. These 3 line up. The glimpse comes through differently. Beauty and the Beast. It's talking about unconditional love. Acceptance as to the way that you do things, really huge. The Snail's Pace. Slowing down, simplifying is important right now. Leaning and looking under, looking closely at things. Like in the previous read, I was saying looking for the fairy circles and fairy rings. We're in the fairies now, and she is getting very, very grounded and looking at the small things that matter most. And then the 3 Graces. This is cooperative friendship energy coming together. Think 3 of Cups here. This is what's coming through. There is this energy of sisterhood that comes through here. Big, big, big. And then the glimpse, the glimpse, the glimpse. Indigo, rainbow, crystal children, and beyond. You might try screening, you might try crystal balls, you might try the black mirror, you might try things like this, but you might also just try glimpsing. For you, I don't know if this is a flame meditation or a water thing. You'll know better. It's a water thing. I should have known right away. It's a water thing because it's tea, of course. Duh. Sorry. Yes, duh. Okay. It's a water thing. Now, what is the... We've got this one, and it's coming through. The circle of oracles, right, of the goddess. It's talking about the new moon. It's talking about moon spells. This is when you should have special tea. This is like if you wanted to look at Lenormand, you'd probably be able to understand Lenormand or charm reading really easily. This is something that you could do. This says pomegranate and orange or lily. It says, sorry, the context. You give us a grain. You give us grain and bread. Foretell me for the year ahead. This is something you're supposed to be doing all year. The circle of the goddesses, the whole clock thing, the circle of life, the whole year round. This is a card that has to do with moon spells. This is how you introduce. Whether you're going to be celebrating new moon or full moon, up to you, but you need to celebrate it, and there's something that you need to do tea-wise. Now let's get into the tea real quick. I wouldn't even suggest that it's one or the other. It's both. Once a month, at least, you should be honoring what's going on with the moon and having a moment with you and Luna. Just you and the moon and your tea and the moment. This is really when you're going to be very open and catch the glimpses. This is when you're going to see between the veils. A cleansing moon cleanse moon bath. This is mango raspberry ginger tea. For cleansing, I'm going to show you this. Hopefully you can see it well. And on this one, if I go to YouTube, I might take a screenshot or something of this a little later and see what's going on. But the spice is mango, raspberry, and ginger tea. And then another cleansing one, cardamom, rose, and borage tea. This is what this one is. These are flavors and strange flavors of the sipping tea. You're getting my grandmother's tea recipe now. Okay. She called it kaffir tea because it was caffeine-free tea. So that was important for her. This is the recipe. You're taking a little bit of the orange zest and letting it dry. There's cinnamon sticks that goes in it too. You have a little bit of the orange juice itself that goes into the hot water. So you've got the zest in the tea bag. You've got the cinnamon shavings or cinnamon sticks, cinnamon powder. You've got clove and you've got ginger. You get all of that in there with a good old slice of lemon wedge. Stick that in the warm water. If you want to add a little bit of orange juice for sweetness or lemonade type thing for sweetness, that's fine. But the idea is to get that citrus along with the cloves and ginger for some kind of cleansing thing that really, really helps. And the cinnamon also helps. This is something that adds richness to the evening. And there's something about that that is a tart kind of sweet that is enjoyable. Do this at a snail's pace. This is the slow sip of the tea. It's not like you can knock that back like a whiskey or a shot. You can't knock. No, this isn't like knocking it back. This is sipping it slow by moonlight. I don't know what this is about, but it's important for you. What else do the witchlings have? Anything else? Minx. Minx was wanting to learn. Minx was wanting to learn about different things. She was wanting to be brave. There's bravery that comes through. This bravery energy, this minx energy comes through. Opportunity. The world's full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. This is really, really ready to do it. Ready to do it. This is like getting your slice of the moon. Really having your time come through. Having the inspiration come through. Yeah, and doing it in this simple, gentle kind of a way serves. It doesn't just serve as far as a spiritual tonic and cleansing. It's also very healing and restoring for your soul, for emotional stuff. Emotional wounding can be healed on this. And it's just good for the body as far as the cleansing goes. It just helps you let go of some shit. Helps you release some shit. So that's what I've got. That feels complete. That's gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to have to take some of these downstairs and be playing in my tea cupboards a little bit more. I haven't thought of my grandmother's tea recipe in forever. But yeah, that's what I've got. You're so welcome. You are so, so welcome. That's just crazy. So yeah, it's very, very gentle energy. And if there is perhaps a book from your childhood that you really, really like to read or just like the pictures, flipping through that so slowly wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt at all. It might carry you back in a way that's a little bit different than what you expect. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was something that was helpful. Like you and your children's book that you might have to look up and have to re-find would be really good. You'll see things a little differently. There's a connection that goes on with that. So that's what I've got. That's complete.